maybe I'll be nice and send out a recording to everybody that missed it. Listen, this is going to be a free class that I'm doing. This is the only class that I'm going to do this year. Let me pull this up because I need to be able to see y'all, see all the things. If you are not buckyball naked, if you is comfortable, if you ain't driving, turn your camera on so I can see your face. I don't care if you're working, I don't care if you're doing other things. As long as you're taking notes and you're listening in, I would love to see you because it's very difficult to coach and teach to a black screen with a name on it. So turn your camera on if you can. I would love to see all of your beautiful faces. It keeps the energy high for me. It allows me to connect with you. Make sure that nobody's getting lost because I can see if somebody looking confused when I say something, all the things. Okay. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Coach Stephanie. Hopefully the connection is good. I just moved, so you know how that goes with internet. But if for any reason I get choppy, something messes up, you need me to repeat myself, just drop it in the chat. Okay, let me know. But I am Coach Stephanie. I am a beauty professional. I am a mom of two teenagers. I am a wife. I'm a woman of God. I'm a baddie. I'm all the things. Okay, I'm all the things just like you. The reason I decided to do this free class was one, I tried my best to be very obedient to God, right? I took a break from my previous community, which you hear me shouting out Jerry Lynn and Bree because they were a part of that community. Shout out to Jerry Lynn. I'm definitely going to talk about you and you'll glow up later on in the class. But I took a pause because unfortunately my mom passed away in February. So I took some time off to kind of regroup, get myself together. And now I feel like God is like, it's time to get back. It's time to get back in action. You got people to serve, you got people to help. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do one free class. That's all the energy I got. I might open up the doors back to my community, but after this class, I'm going to just get some feedback from all of y'all. Anybody that knows me knows I love to serve. They know that I never do anything just to do it for $1. I'm never looking to be like, join my $5,000 program so I can get rich off of you. I want feedback from you guys to hear what it is that you actually need from a beauty business coach and a mentor. And then I can probably put something together or tell you what I have in mind and see if that would be a good fit for you. How does that sound? Does that sound okay? All right, get your notebooks ready. I'm trying not to keep this longer than like 40 to 45 minutes because I could get to talking. I'm definitely going to leave some room for Q&A at the end and some conversation as well. Okay, so let's get started. So, a little bit about me. If you don't know who I am, once again, I'm a beauty business coach. I'm a strategist. I do consultings for universities here in the state that I live in. I get called on other things for other types of businesses outside of just being a beauty professional. I'm a certified women's entrepreneurship coach, all types of things. I've been doing hair for forever and a day, 15 plus years. I was homeless all the way back in 2009 when I first started my business. A couple years later in 2011, and then I hit my first six-figure year. Excuse me. God, maybe we speaking that into existence, but my first six-figure year in 2018. By the time 2019 rolled around, I had reached $250,000 in revenue, and I built another six-figure business, which was a boutique in 2021. God shut that right on down, was like, you was all out of alignment. What are you doing? You need to go back to your original roots and open a salon, which is exactly what I did, if you can see in the photograph below. And I just celebrated my 5-year salon anniversary. So I'm very, very excited about that God is just keeping the momentum going, keeping things going in that area. So moral of the story, I've been doing this a long time. I've made a little bit of money. I've made a lot of money. I failed. I've succeeded. I've been coaching since 2018. I've done all the things. I've made all the mistakes that I'm sure everybody is making today. And my goal and my only objective is to make your journey a lot easier. It's to give you a blueprint and a foundation that you can stand on. So building a business is not so difficult. Okay. So I want to know a little bit about you guys. I know where Jerry Lynn is. I know where Bree is, but I don't know where you other ladies are from. So just drop it in the chat. Let me know where you are actually tuning in from. I have girls, when I had my last community, I mean, they were in Texas, they were in the Carolinas, they were all over. So I really want to know where you guys are from as well. Let me see if I could pull up, if I could even see my chat. Here we go. Sarah, oh, Florida. I'm about to say, where is Sarasota? I love it. Massachusetts, Alabama. Don't get me talking about I'm trying to take a trip. I love it. I have never coached anybody in Massachusetts, Alabama. I think I had one girl in Florida. Oh, I had a client in Chicago. Chicago, shout out to Chicago. Y'all remind me of myself so much because I'm from Brooklyn. So Chicago and New York, we got like a kind of like uppity type of vibe. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm happy y'all are here. Okay. So let's get started. I'm not going to do no big, long story testimonial. 5 reasons why you're here, 5 reasons why you belong here. I'm sure y'all have been on a lot of classes. I'm sure you've been in webinars, all the things. We ain't doing none of that. We jumping straight into the juice. 76% of hairstylists make less than 100K per year. 76%. And I tell people, because I made 6 figures, I fall into about 24, 25% of people that are hairstylists that have made that amount of money. And to me, that's crazy. To me, I'm not an exception. To me, I'm not any more smarter than you. Half of y'all could probably do hair better than I can, to be honest. The only thing that's missing between where I've reached financially and where you guys are is one, who you need to become in the process, two, the structure and the system that you have in your business, three, your branding, and four, your visibility and your stewardship. But we're going to talk about that. So 76% of hairstylists make less than 100K per year, and 50 to 65% of hairstylists are still earning under 5K per month. And honey, we have definitely got to do better. I don't like that number, and I feel like if there's information that I can give you to help you get past that, to break past that barrier, it's my job and my responsibility to share that with you. So that's what I'm trying to do tonight. Nothing makes less sense more than doing something over and over that is not giving you the result you actually want. It makes no sense to keep making the same type of post, doing the same type of thing, charging the same type of price, and nothing's changing in your business. The only way you're going to get a different result is if you choose to do something different. And most importantly, if you choose to be somebody different. The reason why people come to me and choose me as their coach, it's not because I just talk about strategy, 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 make money, make money, make money. I talk about the inner work and the spiritual work that you're going to have to do, the mindset work, the heart posture that you need to have in order to be an entrepreneur, in order to be a woman that can actually hold and receive 6 figures. There is something differently that you need to believe, and there is something differently that you need to do in order to see success. It's not one or the other, it's both. So what we're not going to do is pray all day and not take no action, or just run ourselves to the ground taking action and we not tuning into what God is telling us to do. Okay. So the only thing that you need to focus on tonight is what I'm talking about here. And during each part, I'm going to talk about what the spiritual principle is going to be and what the strategic principle is going to be. Okay. So number one, we all know this. If anybody opened their Bible anytime lately, you know Genesis, you know God is a God of order. So my question to you is, so why are you building out of order and expecting things to fall into place? If you want to build a home, you have to have a strong foundation for it, period, point blank. So when you're building your business, if you're just focusing on the marketing, but you don't have your structure set up, you don't have good pricing, any of that stuff, you might get a ton of clients, but you're going to be burnt out because you're not making enough money. Or your pricing is up there, but you don't know how to articulate or market your value. So nobody's actually booking you. There needs to be an order to building the business. Okay. And with the way that I'm going to teach you tonight is going to follow right through into that order. So the 4 keys to unlocking your 6 figure beauty business. Write this down, screenshot and save it. Number 1, your vision. And I want to actually clarify that, and I want to call it Woman Becoming. Woman Becoming is another project that I started lately. It's something that I've been teaching for years. I've done a lot of workshops on it. It talks about the process of filling the gaps in between who you are now and who you need to be in order for you to step into what God has for you. So your vision of who that woman is what's most important. If you do not know who you need to be in order to make the money that you're looking to make in your beauty business, there is no way that you're going to step on that path. Okay. The second thing is your structure and your systems. A lot of people like to skip over this and go straight into making things pretty. Oh, I know I want to be a beauty professional. I want to make, 10K a month. I want to be a luxury hairstylist. I want to be all the things. So let me go fix my booking site. Let me make my booking site cute. Let me get a website. Let me change my logo. Let me change my colors. None of that is helping you if you don't even know who your ideal client is. None of that is helping you if you don't know the pain points of the person that you actually help in your chair and how you solve them so you can develop your branding to attract that person. and none of that actually helps you if you don't know what your pricing is going to be, because you can go make your book site pretty right now, but if you don't have your policies in place, if you don't have your pricing structured, you're just going to help put the same old stuff on it. It's going to be cute, but it's not going to be effective. So your structure and your systems come after the clarity that you get of knowing who you need to be and what that business is supposed to look like. All right, is that making sense? Then after that, then we go make it cute. Then we make it pop. Then we put our little spin on it, and we do all the things that make it cohesive across what I like to call touch points. Anytime that a client comes in contact with you and your brand, it's a touch point. All of it should be cohesive. Is your logo looking the same across the board? Are your fonts and colors and all of that stuff looking the same? Is it giving the same vibe when they come into your salon, or wherever it is, your suite, working from home, wherever it is? Does it match what they saw online? That's what's key. And lastly, it's going to be your stewardship. Can you hold and maintain what God is placing in your hands? Can you show up consistently? Show up and actually serve, not just show up to make a dollar, but show up and actually serve. Can you manage your money appropriately, right? Can you manage yourself? Can you manage your relationships? All of those things. And I'm going to talk about that. Okay. But those are the 4 keys. And it's in the order of vision, structure and systems, branding, and stewardship. Okay. So let's talk about woman becoming, AKA the vision. This is the key that's going to unlock the door to clarity, direction, and purpose. If you don't know the blueprint, remember, to build a house, there's blueprints. There's all types of blueprints. If you don't know the blueprint, how will you build your business? If you don't even sit down and take time to say, well, God, what is it that you actually call me to do as a beauty professional? How do you actually want me to show up and serve? What are the gifts and the talents that I have? How can I anchor myself in the identity that you've given me so I can be confident in what it is that I'm presenting to the world? If you don't have the blueprint, how are you going to build it? True vision can only come from the creator, period, point blank. When is the last time that you took time to seek the answers, or are you too busy trying to figure it out yourself? I have personally dealt with a lot of abandonment issues that made me very independent. Okay. Neo was definitely my theme song. I handled it all by myself. And the abandonment wounds that I had to deal with made me forget that God is my father, that I can actually lean on him, that I can actually trust in him to guide me and to be there for me, to provide for me, all of the things. So I was constantly grabbing the wheel and running myself into a ditch on the side of the road. But when I started to sit my butt down and say, you know what? I'm tired of struggling. What is it that you actually want me to do, God? What do I need to develop in myself to have that? What needs to change? That's when things actually started to line up. Alignment is key. I cannot stress that enough. I could teach y'all all the strategies in the world. But if you ain't aligned with what you're individually supposed to be doing and you too busy looking at Sally Sue and them, you're going to get off track. Okay? So take some time to get clear. Your vision shouldn't only be about your business either. Because I was stuck in survival mode, I mentioned in the beginning that I was homeless. I brought my daughter home. First place she laid her head was a shelter. Okay. When you are stuck in survival mode, when things just feel like they're piling up on top of you, you end up just focusing on making the money, making the money, making the money. But when you are going to talk to God about what your future is supposed to look like, I don't want you to only discuss your business. He wants to be involved in every aspect of your life, including you. So your vision should also be about you and your assignment as well. Okay. Be talking to God about what needs to heal. Be talking to him about what needs to change. Be talking to him about your habits and your mindset and all of the stuff. And I promise you, if you ignore this work, if you ignore doing the thing, it's going to be way harder to reach the success that you're looking for. The hardest part is being somebody different. Once you're somebody different, it just comes. I'm living proof of that. It literally just comes. I don't try to make money. It literally just comes. It comes because I've done the inner work. Okay. So I want to stress that, and I'm going to keep stressing the importance of that throughout this whole class. So the spiritual principle is take the time to get clear. That's the spiritual principle when it comes to your vision. Take the time to get clear. It doesn't mean that you're praying for 10 hours and you're speaking in tongues. It just means that I'm constantly seeking God, like it tells us, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Let me point out keyword righteousness. Once you seek, you have to do. When he tells you to cut this out, cut that person off, stop going over there, you got to actually listen, right? Then all of these things will be added on to you. So there's going to be some development. There's going to be some growth. There's going to be some things. But the first part is, let me just talk to God and see what he says. Now, it doesn't mean perfection. Trust me, your girl cuts up. Okay. I cuts up. I still hit a little 1, 2, listen to a little something in the car. I'm not perfect by any means, but it doesn't mean that I'm not blessed. I'm in alignment with who I'm developed to be, who I should be, and what God is telling me to do. And that's all He wants for you as well. Okay. So remember, seek first, get clear on who you need to be, develop yourself, and everything else is going to flow. What does that actually look like in real life? The strategic principles, some questions to ask yourself. I want you to write these down and I want you to think about them tonight. Who am I called to serve? You're not meant to do everything in the world, boo. The days are long gone of being a stylist that has 5 million services on their service menu. You don't need to do all the things. Who are you called to serve? Is it women that's dealing with alopecia? Is it you want to specialize in healthy hair, women that are dealing with damaged hair? Do you really, really love doing extensions? Are you like the best braider in your city and that just fills you up with so much joy, right? Who is that ideal woman and how are you called to serve her? And I want you to think a little bit deeper than just the aesthetics or like the talent and the gift, the visual of what you're going to see when you're done with your client. I pour into my clients. We pray together. We cry together. We do all types of stuff. That's part of who I am and who I'm created to be. What do you give your clients outside of just a good style? Are you funny? Do everybody just come and they instantly feel good around you? What does that actually look like? Then I want you to ask yourself, what assignment has God given me? So when you know how you're called to serve, right? What it is you want to specialize in, who you want to be behind the chair, all of those things. What's the actual bigger assignment? I named my salon Girl Who Glows because the mission behind that and part of my assignment is to make sure that every woman that steps in the front door of my salon leaves out glowing, leaves out differently than she came in. And that's the way that I talk to her. That's the way that I treat her. That's the environment she steps into. That's the service that I provide. All of that. Everything is included. That's part of my bigger assignment, right? Ask yourself, what impact do I want to make? What do you want to leave? Right? When you long gone and God done called you back on home, what are people going to say about you and your business? What type of impact are you actually making in the world? What do I want my business to become? Do you envision it being one beautiful salon? Do you want a team of other stylists? Do you want a bunch of salon suites? What do you actually want it to develop into? And then most importantly, who do I need to become? When you envision that future version of yourself, what are some of the gaps that are in between where you are now and who that person is? Is she more disciplined? Is she eating a little better? Is she taking a little bit more time for herself? Does she have better relationships and connections with the people around her? Where does she live? How does she dress? What perfume does she wear? All of the things, right? Who do I need to become? Okay. And then let's jump into structure and system because there's a few that I'm going to talk about. Okay. This key unlocks the door to stability, simplicity, and peace and consistency. Now, I want to stress the word consistency because I hate when people make people feel like you got to post every day. If you don't post every day, your business is going to hell. That's not true. Consistency is different for every single person. Consistency is going to look different between Dominique, Brianna, Jackie, Tiara, all of y'all. Everybody's consistency and capacity is different. The only thing that you need to focus on being consistent with is just giving your yes to God and whatever it is He's telling you to do. That's it. And it looks different for everybody. But structure is like the foundation of a house. It gives you the stability as you grow. It allows you to make more money in less time. If you are feeling a little overwhelmed, systems give you peace of mind so you can focus on doing what you do best. And the only way to show up consistently in the way that you should is to have those systems in place. Otherwise, you're prone to falling off, losing track, losing momentum, and getting discouraged with your results. There's always going to be these little ups and downs in our business, right? There's an ebb and flow. Nothing is ever steady. And I'm going to show you guys some of my real numbers that I've made in my business recently. Okay. You'll see it's an ebb and a flow, right? But the consistency that I have allows me to not go dip down to $1,000 in a month, right? I have an ebb and a flow that kind of is like a little wavelength. And what I find with most stylists is I'll make $4,000 one month, and the next month I only got 2 clients. What happened, Lord? You need structure, you need systems. Another thing that I see online, and quite frankly, I'm tired of the bashing. I just ain't post my video about it. But the bashing of stylists, oh, the stylists don't text back. Oh, they doing this, they doing that. Systems allow you to stay in contact and communicate with your clients in a way that keeps good rapport with them. You shouldn't have to be texting in between clients. Jerry Lynn's no. She got a whole automated system now to answer her clients so that way they feel like they're being responded to, can respect her boundaries and her business hours as well. And no sales, no bookings are getting missed because she didn't answer her phone because she's been in someone's head for 6 hours. Okay, does that make sense? So we want to have structures and systems in place that allow us to grow our business and be fully supported. But on top of that, allow us to communicate more effectively with our clients, allow them to, feel seen and heard and all of the things. All right. So what is the spiritual principle for that? Number one, because I'm going to talk about price and I want y'all to stop playing small. I want y'all to stop playing small. Seriously. Stop playing small. Your dollars and your bank account ain't got nothing else to do with the rest of the world. Okay. I made that. That was one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I was first trying to cross past, a certain threshold with making a certain level of money. It's like, oh, well, I ain't got it like that. So can't nobody else pay me. That's a lie from the pits of hell. You ain't got it. You can have $0 in your bank account right now, and somebody be willing to pay you $1,000. Somebody be willing to pay you $1,500. Somebody be willing to pay you $500, whatever it is that you charge, right? But you have to stop playing small. And I want to point out this scripture from 1 Corinthians. There are different kinds of gifts, but the same spirit distributes them. You looking around at everybody else thinking that they're better than you, but you forget that your gift come from the same God. You forgot who you was for a minute, baby. You forgot that you're just as talented, just as smart, just as capable, all of the things as everybody else whose content you lurk on online and go check out their booking sites to see how much they charge and all the things, and then want to go charge the same price, but you're too scared to do it because you don't think you're good enough. Right? Stop playing small. Stop letting them play with you. Stop letting them play with you. One of the biggest traps of the enemy is to make you compare yourself to somebody else, chapter 10, when you're still in chapter 2. One of the biggest tricks of the enemy is to make you forget your identity in God and make you forget that he created you to be just as successful as everybody else around you. But that internal thoughts, those internal thoughts, the things that replay in your mind every time you go to take that next step and you get shaky about it, that's what really holds you back. I mean, I have pushed my clients to the max. I know they sick of me, but I tell you one thing, when Jerry Lynn texts me, actually put it in the little chat of the old community and says she has somebody drop off $1,000 deposit to her, I know it's because she's done the inner work, not just because of the strategy that we put in place. She's done the inner work. It starts with your mind first. It starts with you believing that you are the woman that can actually receive that, to know that you're capable enough and gifted enough to receive it. So we have to work on our mindset, and we have to make sure that we are thinking in alignment with how God actually views us. Otherwise, I can tell you to change your prices right now. I could say, create this package, go ahead and put this price attached to it. You're probably going to have a really hard time getting bookings because the energy that you have that you're putting out into God's universe says, I'm not good enough to receive that. So stop comparing yourself to everybody else. You can develop and build your business to be just as beautiful as some of the content and things that you look at online, but you have to believe that you're that girl first. Okay. So let's talk about the strategic principle. These are the systems that I like to focus on when it comes to having a 10K beauty business. Number one, your booking site, your scheduling, and your boundaries. Don't let your clients think it's okay to text you 2 o'clock in the morning. No, ma'am. Not ringing my phone. What you will get is an automated message with a reminder about my business hours and that I'll reach out to you first thing in the morning. That's what you're going to get, boo. Right? We need boundaries. We need good scheduling. Good scheduling. And one of the things that I think most people miss is like, okay, I'm free Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday between 9 and 6, right? Here's a little trick. This wasn't even part of the class, but I'm going to give it to you. One thing I like to do is have premium hours, right? I book out 4-hour slots. I typically take 2 a day, and I'm going to show you why that's my formula. I typically take 2 4-hour premium slots. That means that I'm maximizing my time by taking my highest paid package during a certain time of the days of the week. If somebody needs to come in for a maintenance service, that might be $150, $200. Guess what? I'm only going to see you Fridays and Saturdays, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is my money-making days. Friday, Saturday is my maintenance days for my clients. When you are considering how you're scheduling out and setting up your availability, consider making sure that when you set up your premium package, which I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit, that you actually strategically set up your hours to maximize how much money you're able to make. Okay. Don't just have people booking, because then you might get 5 people booked you out for the week for all types of little itty bitty services. Now all your time is taken up and you ain't hit your profit. You ain't hit your goal. So set up your calendar in a way to where you are able to take on those higher premium paying clients certain days of the week. And then you have, maybe some lesser paid services, like I said, like a maintenance or, something, a silk press, something that maybe you don't charge that much for. You have strategic hours for that as well. People will abide by the calendar. Trust me, I'm living proof of that. Okay. Number two, client experience and rebooking. 99.9% of stylists that I have talked to do not have a system in place to make sure that their clients come back. And I don't just mean a referral program where you give them $10. You need to have your rebooking set up in your premium package. For example, when people come to me for my hair installation and raw bundle package, I automatically let them know I also want to see you back in X amount of time for your maintenance, and I want to see you back in X amount of time after that for your takedown or takedown and reinstall. This keeps me consistent with the same clients. I don't have to fish for new clients. And this client now, the amount that they're paying me has increased, and my calendar, it constantly stays filled. Does that make sense? So whatever it is, you need to be thinking, how do I need to get this client back? Like, what do they actually need to come back to me for? Is it another retwist in 2 weeks? Is it another treatment in 2 weeks? Whatever the case may be, you know what it is based on the services that you provide. Build that into your package. And I don't mean like, now I'm going to charge $500 and I include the maintenance and all of that stuff in it. No, you're going to pay me for this service. But the way that I have a conversation with them, especially because I also specialize in healthy hair, allows them to understand that they need to see me back, and I pre-book them before they even leave the salon. So now, not only do I have you for this one appointment, but I've also booked out your next two. Okay. The client experience needs to go along with that. I treat my clients very, very, very well. Very, very, very well. They ain't gonna find another me nowhere. I promise you that. That client experience also aids in them wanting to come back. You treat them good, they'll treat you better. Okay. Number three, your sales and your signature offer. So that signature package, how you sell it, how you present it, how you put it all together. And I'm gonna talk about that next. Your content and your marketing. Okay. You need a system for that in order to stay consistent online. And then your money management. A lot of people, we get money like drug dealers. It come in every day, boo. And it goes out every day. DoorDash products, clothes, kids, all the things, right? We need to manage our finances better. It just is what it is. I've let a lot of money slip through my hands, honey. Baby, if I could get it back, I'll probably have my Louis bag by now. But I've learned how to be more financially responsible, right? I've set up a Roth IRA for myself so I can retire comfortably. I have high yield savings accounts. My kids have Roth accounts, all types of things. I'm strategic with how I manage my money. And I'm actually going to give you, when we get to that part, the business online bank that I use. Okay. But I've learned how to create a system where all my money comes in one pot and I put it to the appropriate places so I don't have to worry about any last minute stuff or not actually seeing the fruit of all of my labor. All right. So your signature premium package, number one, is going to get you paid more per client. Number two, it positions you as an expert. Number three, it makes marketing way easier. Wouldn't it be so much more simple to just talk about the same premium package that you do all the time than 5 million different services and trying to get booked for all of them? Like, it just makes your mind, it puts your mind at ease. It also lets you know how to talk to people online. Like, who are you talking to and what do I need to say specifically to them to get them to book me? Okay. What does a signature package actually look like? It's a combination between your gifts, your talents, your area of expertise, your premium price that you're going to attach to it in an in-demand service. So say, for instance, you're a silk press girly, right? You do the best silk presses in your town, boo. That is your gift. That's your talent area of expertise. It's already something people constantly booking for. So you know you're good at it. You know people want it. Now you're just going to attach a premium price to it and an elevated experience. So elevated experience, I don't want you guys to think too much into it. It could be aromatherapy at the shampoo bowl. It could be a glass of wine. It could be a head massage. Don't think too deep, right? Doesn't mean go and buy all new furniture and get a new chair and all of this stuff. It just means that you're finding ways to make your client feel even more comfortable. So when they leave out the salon, they feel like they just spent the best money in the world. Okay. So it's just a combination of all three of those things. When you have a signature premium package, it's very easy to hit 10K a month. Like I said, I only take 1 or 2 clients a day. I've scaled back because I'm still coaching. I do my consulting stuff. I'm jumping back into opening up my community, all types of things. So I only take 1 or 2 clients. You can work 5 days a week. So just say Tuesday through Saturday, right? You take 2 clients each one of those days. If you have a premium package that's at least $250, this could be a traditional install. It could be a silk press. It's definitely not going to be a K-tip service because we know how much that costs, baby. You only got to do one a day. But if you have at least a $250 service, you do 2 people a day. It could be braids. It could be knotless braids, right? That's 10K a month. That's it. 20 clients, 40 clients. My back not broke. I'm not dead. I got my Sundays to breathe, my Mondays to do my admin, business owner stuff. And I'm only seeing 2 faces a day that I got to put all this energy in. We got to talk and we got to laugh. It gets exhausting to see 5 to 6 people. There's no need to do that. You can cut back, but you can't cut back if you're not charging enough. And it doesn't mean that every service I offer is over $250, but I specialize really in one thing. I only have 2 services. That's my maintenance and my takedown. That's it. That's all that I do. I even have a shampoo service where people come to me just for me to shampoo their hair, give them an assessment, takes me about an hour and a half, and I charge $200. And I send them home with products. So that helps. But I charge $200 for an hour and a half, 2-hour service. So my whole day is not taking up and I'm not seeing any type of money. So this is why it's important to have that signature premium package. Let me actually not stop my share. That's not what I want to do. Yes, I do. Let me stop my share. I'm actually going to pull up some of my real numbers for you guys because I want you to see, not this page. I want you guys to see that is real. And like I said, if I can do it, baby, you could do it too. I ain't nobody special. Like I said, I'm pretty sure a good portion of y'all probably do hair better than me. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's this one. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen. So this is my revenue report. If you use Acuity, you got a revenue report in there. You pull it up on the side dashboard, right? This is 2026. We halfway through the year. I've already made $54,000, right? So I'm halfway to my goal of 100K, right? Does that make sense? Like I'm halfway to my goal and we're in June. Let's talk a little bit. Let me show you guys December of last year. I made $11,376, right? Let's see. I think it was January. I'll show you guys January, 9,350. You see that ebb and flow that I'm talking about? Talk about February, 10,526. We'll show March. March was 8,440. April. And I do this because I want y'all to know I'm not one of these people who's going to come up here and feed you a bunch of BS that I'm not actually living. Like, I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to waste time with y'all like that. 10,796 for April, right? There's this ebb and a flow. I just got a new car, little 2023 Kia Soul. My numbers and the fact that I organize my finances allowed me to be able to take my business bank account and get a new car with $500 down. Like, organize your money, make more money. The system works. You'll be able to get what it is that you keep praying to God for. I'm telling you, it's real. Okay. So those are my numbers. That's a little behind the scene. Don't tell nobody I showed you. Okay. Don't go telling my business because I ain't got no money to be giving out. Okay. All of a sudden I got a bunch of cousins. Let me go back to the actual right screen. Let me close this out and go to the right one for y'all. Where is it? Where is it? Let me go back. Let me go back. And let me share this one. But the whole point of me showing you that is, one, I'm living proof that you can go from nothing to something. Like literally. Like if y'all only knew the struggle. I done had lights cut off. I done had water cut off. I done had cars repoed. I done had it all happen, honey. Okay. I done sat up when my baby was about maybe 6 months old, crying in front of the pharmacy because I didn't have $42 to buy my baby's medicine. When I say nothing to something, and if I can do it and not have nobody to help me, like I'm here to help y'all. I had nobody to help me. If I can make it that far, I can't do nothing but give God all the glory on the instruction, on the wisdom, on the development, all the things, constantly guiding me, constantly protecting me, constantly taking care of me. But guess what? I had to show up and do the work too. I had to choose to do something different in order for me to get a different result. Period, point blank. All right, let's get back to the training before I go on my little preaching stuff. All right, here we go. Let's get back to the right slide. So we are on, let's go back, your signature premium package. Let's talk about your branding now. This unlocks the door to recognition, trust, and premium client attraction. Branding allows you to be seen and heard in the online space. There are a lot of stylists. Do I feel like the market is oversaturated? No, because if God gave you an assignment, there has to be room for you. So oversaturation is not something that I believe in, but blending in easily is. It's very easy to blend in when you look the same as everybody else around you. Doesn't mean that now I need to go get a loud color in my branding. It just means that I need to learn how to be authentically me. There's only one you. Nobody can replicate that. What do you need to be saying online? What do you need to be sharing online? What type of content do you actually want to create, or are you just copying what you think is going to work, right? Branding allows you to be seen and heard, and it helps you stand out and set the tone for the interactions with your business. There is a tone. When people actually message me, there's a level of respect, right? It's not just, how much is this? Like, I don't get that energy. Don't come in my inbox playing. Don't come in my inbox playing. You ain't even say good morning. Don't do that, right? There's a level of respect that the type of content that I create demands automatically, because I position myself as a specialist, because I position myself as an expert. It's just like if I was trying to go get brain surgery, God forbid, don't ever want that. But if I ever had to go get brain surgery, I don't want to go to a general doctor. I want to go to a brain surgeon. Why? Because they specialize in the thing that I need help with. So what do you specialize in, and how does your branding portray that? Are you looking like a real cohesive luxury business that people actually want to spend real money with? Clients trust you more when you have taken the time to build a professional brand. I'm a stylist and I'm not going to book nobody that show up janky. I'm telling you now, because I'm going to get in there and I'm going to be thinking, you ain't going to do my hair good. You ain't going to give me a cup of water. You going, I want people that show up and demonstrate the excellence of God, because I know if you're taking time with your branding like that, you're serious about your business. Another thing, branding is more than just a logo and your colors. It's also how you speak to your clients. It's something called messaging. It's how you speak to your clients in a way that they know that you are the solution to what they want. In order to position myself as a healthy hair specialist and a luxury extension stylist, right? I have to go online and I have to actually talk about healthy hair. I have to actually talk about or showcase the work that I do with my extensions. Otherwise, how are people going to know that I'm a solution for them? So we have to make sure, this is why those premium packages are so important. I focus on selling that constantly, and that's what get books. That's what gets booked constantly, because that's the only thing that I'm talking about, right? So your messaging, what you say, is just as important as what you show. So the spiritual principle about that is show God's business with excellence. No one lights a lamp and hides it in a jar or puts it under a bed. Instead, they put it on a stand so that those who can come in and see the lights. How are you hiding? A lot of people, I don't want to get online. I don't want to show my face. Wow, you're gorgeous. Why not? Who you hiding for, boo? I know when you pull it all together, you walk outside, you be like, okay, where they at? Where they at? Especially if you're single. Where they at? Where they at? You're gorgeous. You're talented. You're all of the things. Why are you hiding? Because you forgot who you was. Now, I'm not saying that every video got to be you doing kind of like what I do with all of this talking stuff. There's other ways to showcase yourself, showcase your thoughts, different things. I always believe in creating content in a way that's authentic to you, right? But you are a light. Your business is a light. How are you actually showing it off to the world? So let me actually get off this. and I'm going to show you guys what cohesive branding is supposed to look like. So one of the things that I do, hopefully this is the right one. One of the things that I do, and people think is probably crazy, is before you can even get to my booking site, you got to give me your email. You have to give me your email. Why? Because one, if you're not willing to do that, you just trying to just price check, right? You're just trying to compare. I at least want your email. And the reason that I want your email is because I like to do email marketing. I should actually pull up my flow desk so you guys can see it a little bit. But I like to do email marketing. So collecting people's emails the same way you go and putting your email for 10% off somebody's website, they save your email. This allows me to market to people regularly. So say I have some last minute openings, I can reach out to X amount of people at any time because I've collected all of these emails. Right now, currently, I have over 600 people on my email list. And I probably only been doing this, I don't know, give or take 3 to 4 months. Like I haven't even really been doing it that long. That's how many people, and two, it lets me know that's how many people want to see what I actually got going on. Over 600 people. Imagine 600 people coming to look at your booking site. Imagine 600 people in one space that when you got a last minute open, you can send a message to and get it filled. I've done it many times, right? So the first thing they have to do is go in, they put in their info. I call it a private experience because my salon is completely private. It's just me in there. I have a little cute little video that they can watch that I play and all the things that shows the experience, all the stuff, right? Moral of the story, my branding is cohesive. When they go here, the next page that opens up for them is this page. It's my actual website. It gives them access. Once again, my branding, my colors, everything is uniform. Everything looks professional. I break down what's included in the packages so there's no confusion, right? If they are confused, there's a space for the Glow Girl consultation. I make sure I have nice, pretty pictures. I have an FAQ section so there's no confusion. This eliminates a lot of those, repetitive questions that we tend to get. I have all the nice things, right? I keep it looking good. When they actually get to my booking site, I didn't do the most here because I've already done so much in other places, but my logo is the same, right? I have my site really, really, really organized. Nothing too crazy up here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's clean, it's professional. So everything, every touch point, every place that they go, whenever they come into contact with me, it's going to look uniform. It's going to look professional. It's going to look clean. Okay? Is that making sense for everybody? So let me go back and present this. Show God's business with excellence. What is the strategic principle? Get your branding together. Period. I only got one line for you. Mic drop. Get your branding together. It's too easy. You go on Etsy, buy you a cute little template. You ain't got to have an email thing and all of the stuff like what I got. That's stuff that comes later on in the future when you have everything else kind of built out. But Etsy has templates for literally $2 to $3. It's no reason why your booking site should be disorganized and ugly. Go buy a template, fix it in Canva, upload it tonight, and get it together, right? After you've done the other things that I've talked to you about, all right? Because we want to know who we're marketing to. But it's very easy to get your branding together, okay? You want to demonstrate what it is with some type of excellence, okay? Let me move this to the top because I can't see my screen. Lastly, we're going to talk about stewardship. Unlocks the door to stable finances, consistent bookings. Let me check my time. All right, we're doing good. Stable finances, consistent bookings, and revenue growth. Knowing how to be more visible without doing more is key. And what I mean by that is there's too many different ways to show up online, too many scheduling systems, AI stuff where you can give it one thing. Blotato is one. It's spelled like potato, but with the letter B in the front. You can put in one post and have it distribute to all of your social media accounts with one click, right? You can show up more without doing more. Also, when you're more effective in your marketing, you don't have to post 7 times a week to get the same message across. You can post 3 times a week, 4 times a week at the most, have really good content, and pull in those clients. Let me get this water, y'all. Hold on. And I'm getting ready to be parched. You also experience less ups and downs when your business is backed by a visibility strategy. That's just a fancy way of saying a content strategy. Excuse me, my throat got dry. Because you'll know what works and what doesn't work. So one of the things that I like to do is after I post it consistently for at least 30 days, then I'm going to go back and look to say what worked, what didn't work. What was my highest performing piece of content? How can I create more of that? It's simple. Follow the data, not your emotions. Don't get mad if you only get one like. Okay, that didn't work. What's next? Don't make your content about you. That's one of the biggest things that I see. Don't make your content about you because you'll be like, oh, well, nobody likes to look at my stuff online. And my stuff isn't as polished. None of that matters. What matters is, am I getting bookings? Are people reaching out in my DMs? Are people commenting, having some questions, different things like that? That's what's the most important data that we want to focus on. Not did I get 1,500 likes? Nobody cares about that because you can go viral and not get booked real easy. Okay. Let me also highlight revenue growth is easy. What's really hard is showing up all the time and not getting no results. This is why I teach not a cookie cutter way of doing your content, but an aligned way of doing your content. Figuring out what's easiest for you to be able to produce consistently in a way that makes you feel good, in a way that's authentic to you and your style and your craft, right? And having a real plan to grow your business and stop winging it in order for you to start seeing some change. The spiritual principle for this is your gifts come with a responsibility. So along with marketing, for everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. That's not just from your business. That's not just marketing and feeling like, oh my God, I got to post. Why me, Lord? It's your responsibility. You have no choice but to be visible, boo. When God sent Moses into Egypt, he sent them. He sent him into Egypt. He didn't send Egypt to him. It don't work like that. You got to go and put yourself in front of people. That's a part of being a business owner. If you want to see 100K, you got to take your responsibility seriously. But the strategic principle that I want to point out is it's not just marketing that we need to focus on. It's being a good steward over our faith. Are we in our word? Are we spending time with God? Are we being obedient? Are we following our ordered steps, right? Are we developing ourselves? It's also our marketing. Are we showing up for the people that God has assigned to us? There are women literally waiting right now that are assigned to you. Seriously. Are we stewarding over our relationships? Are we setting proper boundaries with the people that we love? Right? Are we staying in that same toxic relationship that we know ain't no good for us that we should have left 10 months ago? Right? Are we stewarding our relationships well? And that also includes the relationship you have with yourself. Do you talk to yourself nice? Talk to me nice, baby. All day, every day. When I find myself getting crazy, oh, my husband checked me real quick. I done heard you say your thigh's too big about too many times in that mirror. What you doing, boo? Check me. I have to pull it all the way together. I have to also steward over the relationship that I have with myself. You also have to be a good steward over your finances. I talked about that before. Are you managing what God has given you, right? I do believe in tithing. That's not a thing for everybody. If it's not your thing, that's okay. Whatever God puts on your heart to be generous, and however, that could be your time. I have given away free installs. I have given gift cards to some of my favorite longtime clients. Whatever way God calls you to be generous with your income, do that, right? Your operations. Are you stewarding over, making sure you have admin things set up to actually manage the back end of your business? Do you have structure around the way that you communicate and the way that you handle your day-to-day interactions with your clients? Are you stewarding over your health? I have been on this, I need to lose X amount of pounds journey my whole life. Okay. My whole life. But I do notice that when I'm eating better, I'm more clear and I can hear God more clearly, but I also have the energy to pour. Nobody wants a half-dead stylist hanging over their head, can't breathe, and all the things. Haven't ate all day. I'm exhausted. I got an attitude because you here and I ain't had time to eat my little piece of cake. Like, no, steward over your health, steward over your time management. Charge what you're supposed to charge so you don't have to burn out. Okay, that is a strategic principle over your stewardship. What not to do. I'm gonna talk a little bit about marketing, and then I'm gonna give you my favorite business account, and then I'm gonna take some questions. What not to do. This is a post by whoever, right? The name is irrelevant. It says me ignoring clients' calls from Instagram when they can text me back. This is an instant turn off. For somebody that doesn't mind spending money on their hair, if I see you post something like that, I'm not booking with you because one, why are you ignoring me? And what's with this whole don't message me in the DMs? Why not? Who cares? Message me in the DMs and I'm going to guide you to the link that you need. Or better yet, I have some automated reply for you. One of the two, right? We don't want to be creating content that's specifically designed for other stylists. Yes, do we get annoyed? Is that perfectly okay? It is. But you don't need to be creating content that's not going to attract people to you. This is content for people like us that want to keep behind the scenes about our clients. This isn't content that's going to attract somebody that's going to give you $1,000 in your hand. Okay, so that's what not to do. What you actually need to be doing is posting something like this, right? This is talking about before starting the hair growth journey, the products that they use, making sure that they started with a good trim, all of the things, why trims are important. It's showing the professionalism and the technique and the skill set of the stylist. Who you think is going to book? Who you think going to get a booking? The girl talking about why people reaching out to her Instagram when they could just text her, or the person that's actually showing their skill, their talent, and their education. This girl could probably charge $300 for a silk press and nobody would have any time. She has her own little healthy hair care system that she uses, all of the things. This is the type of marketing that you need to be focusing on. Marketing that sets you apart and shows why people need to choose you. Okay. A little example, this is a client that I had. Her name is Candace. I wish she was here. I would be like, hey, Shug, because that's her name, right? Shug Experience. She wasn't getting any type of that February books are open post. Dead. Stop posting that. Don't post nothing like that. She started showing after we worked together for a little bit. She started showcasing her lock extension method. This one was a lock extension reconstruction. Finally starting to get some comments and some engagement on her post, getting some more bookings, different things. Why? Because she went from just posting things that made no sense, right, to attract somebody to her, to things that actually demonstrated that she has the ability to solve a problem as a loctician. Okay, is that making sense? I'm hoping y'all are following along. And then this is my favorite business bank account. It's called Relay. Okay, it's relayfi.com. Screenshot it now. Let me give you a caveat. You do need an LLC in order to get this type of account. If you don't have an LLC, it's very easy to get an LLC. In my state, it's $100, a very simple form to fill out. I suggest everybody have one if you want to take your business seriously. Is this one of the things that I can, walk you through and tell you how to do? Absolutely. I've done it before. But when you do have your LLC, RelayFi is incredible. One of their business, and mind you, I don't have an affiliate link for this, so I ain't doing this just to get $1. It really is a bank account that I use. Outside of this, I have Langley Federal Credit Union. That's a local bank here in the state of Virginia. Only reason I have them is because they are where my high yield savings account is, my joint accounts with my husband, stuff like that. But outside of that, Relay is really where all of my finances, as far as business, really goes to. You can have up to 20 checking accounts with Relay and 2 savings accounts. And the beautiful thing about it is you can automate your cash flow. So like once money hits, I call it daily bread. Once money hits my daily bread account, then it automatically disperses for me. So I automatically save 10% in my, God fund. That's my 10% I give to the Lord. I automatically push 10% into a savings, a personal savings for myself. I have a certain percentage that I have going to my operating expenses for my business, right? I have all types of little buckets. You don't pay anything. Relay is free to use. Like there's no fees attached to any of this. You can get also multiple debit cards. So I have a debit card for my operating expense. I have a debit card for other things inside of there. Like you can have a debit card linked to every single account except for the savings account. So Relay is a really, really great place once you have your LLC to just start to dump all your money in. Like I said, I was able to take a printout of my business bank account and go get a car. I took that same printout of my business account and moved into my new place. Like once you have all your money funneling, then nobody can tell you that you're not making money. Nobody can deny you for anything because you have history of having income. And it doesn't matter if it's $500, $1,000, $2,000 going into there every month. Start anyway. Start anyway. You don't need 50 buckets. Start with just your money going into one account, giving 10% to a savings, right? You're going to feel good when you got a little 200, 300 to go out to eat with your girls with. You're going to feel good when you got a little extra shopping money because you've been organizing your finances appropriately. So just start. That's the main thing. Don't wait until you make an X amount of money because a lot will slip through your hands. All right. So let's pause for a minute. Let's breathe. Let's center ourselves. I've been going for an hour. I'm shocked that I took this long because I went through the slides. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be done in 35 minutes. They're going to be so proud because Jerry Lynn know I like to talk. Bree know I like to talk. But It's been an hour. So let's breathe for a second. I want you guys to share your thoughts with me. Let me know if this is helping you. Unmute yourselves, talk to me. Okay, I'm here. We all in the same virtual room. Or you can drop it in the chat if you're too shy. But either way, let me know if this is helping you. If there's anything that, I taught you tonight that you're like, wow, I really needed that, or that stuck out, that was good. Let me know what's going on with y'all. I feel like that might be the last slide after questions. Oh yeah, your success is inevitable. And I think that was the last one, so I can stop my share. Let's make this big so I can see you guys. Okay. Oh, Bree left about 10 minutes ago. Okay. How are y'all feeling? Does anybody have any questions? Yes, Jerry Lynn.
Let me just say, I'm glad that you're back. I've been needing you.
I know. My husband was just talking. He's like, "What's going on with Jerry Lynn? How's the salon go?"
Oh,
Well, let me share.
y'all.
I don't even know if I want to share you. Let me let you share your testimony. I don't even know. We
So,
probably only worked together about 6 months before I had to take my little break.
yes. And let me tell you, she got me to an amazing position in 6 months, y'all. When before I started with Coach, I was making like sometimes less than $2,000 a month. Till I was making consistently, I think right before you left, consistently making between 5 and 6 grand a month.
Yeah.
I have moved into my own salon in
Yeah. My girl
January.
did.
Yes, and it has been a journey, and I'm like, have been praying for Coach to come back because it's like now that I'm in this new chapter, this new position, this new season, I'm like, Lord, I need some guidance, and I already know Coach gonna give it to me. She gonna give it to me spiritually. She gonna give me financial. She gonna break it all down, y'all. If you would have told me last year that I would have been opening a salon this year, I would have told you were crazy. Like I would have told y'all done lost y'all mind. I'm not gonna open up no shop. I ran from it. Coach was like, you can do it. She guided me through the process. Hey, mommy. He just want to say hey. Hey. He
Hi.
got me through the process. Y'all, I went from renting a chair at a salon to moving into a suite with Coach to moving into my own salon in 6 months. Oh my back. So yeah. Hey mommy. Hey.
Crazy.
So I
Crazy.
am
Crazy.
it's crazy. It's crazy. So now hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Go get Lele. Back. Okay, go get Lele. So now my biggest struggle now is just balancing um being Geraldine the hairstylist and then being Geraldine the salon owner
Yeah.
and realizing that they are two different people and I have to manage them differently. And so
Yeah.
sometimes I'm co-mingling being Geraldine the hairstylist and Geraldine the salon owner, co-mingling them at the same time. And so my thing is just like I know they're two different people. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a
that's my
different hat. It's a
yeah.
different hat you have to wear now. Managing people, girl. You see, I went back to a private salon because
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Lord ain't give me the patience for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He ain't
And
blessed me
it's
with that.
not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Like,
When you have the
I,
right people, it's definitely
everybody,
not.
yes. But it's just like, overseeing, the shop being clean,
Yeah.
making sure the bills are getting paid.
Yeah.
And
All the
right
things.
now my air conditioning is out. Thank God I got a good landlord. So they working on my air right now. Like it's just
Right.
and then it's like, okay, now I gotta answer clients because they asking about point, so it's like trying to
Yeah.
juggle all of it.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
in the place of like prices is going up. It's time for me to
Yes.
go up and restructure
Mhm.
some things. So just yeah, y'all
Yeah.
are in good hands. I'm telling y'all
Yeah.
in
Thank
good
you.
hands.
Thank you for that. I want to hear from you guys because my goal is to suggest, and I'm gonna text you too, Jerry Lynn, because I got something for you. But I want to talk to you guys and I want to hear what you really need. So the previous community that I had before, it was called the Beauty Boss Academy. I'm really reconsidering opening that up because that's the best way for me to give you long-term support, right? If I do open back up that community, one of the things that I do, I always do a woman becoming workshop. At least is what I'm planning to do. It's a spiritual workshop where you guys can start to identify the gaps. You'll also get access to the Woman Becoming Circle. So that's a new community that I'm launching probably in the next 30 days. That's just all spiritual, godly, sisterhood type of stuff, right? pastors, prayer warriors, all of that type of stuff up in that community coming to teach and lead and all of those things. But inside of BBA would be the Woman Becoming Workshop every single month to make sure that you're doing the inner work. Outside of that would be a business training. They know I don't come to play. Them business trainings be so in depth. Sometimes they be like, Steph, you done gave me too much. Lord, what am I supposed to do with this? I give assignments. I do all types of things, right? After that, I bring in a guest expert. I don't believe that I'm the only person that you're going to need. So people that can go more depth. Okay, Brie, more in depth than I can in maybe some subjects. So just be able to pour into you, share their stories, those type of things. And then a co-working session at the end of the month so you can connect with other beauty professionals, create your content, do all those tasks that you kind of let slip by all month. I'm there to facilitate, answer questions. You can private message me, all of those things to actually get support. One of the things that I pride myself on as a coach is I'm in the gutter with you. Like I'm praying with you, I'm crying with you. You telling me all your business. I'm in all your business. Why I ain't seen you in 2 weeks? What you doing, girl? Where you at? How the kids doing? How your boo doing? Right? I'm that coach. I'm all up in your stuff. And this is why I like small, intimate spaces. I don't want to ever forget your name. I don't ever want you to be just another, face on the screen. And I have no idea what your business is and how I can help and support you. So one of the things that I love about being a coach is really being in this thing with you, being there to answer your questions and support you the whole way through. I teach you everything. And when I say everything from A to Z, I do not miss a beat. And if there's something I missed a beat on, you tell me, I'm going to create a training around it. So I'm thinking about reopening the doors to that. If I do reopen the doors to that, it'll be $47 a month, right? This is a number that God gave me. I wanted it to be affordable. Everybody knows I always want my stuff to be at a level that people can actually have access to it. I know that gas is high. I know that the kids is out for the summer and they eating up everything in the fridge. Mine is I got two teenagers. I'm like, y'all eat another Pop Tart. It's gonna be a problem. But $47 a month, we run down the monthly schedule. There's no commitment. You come in, you get what you need. If you want to stay forever, great. I'll be here to love on you forever. If you get what you need in 6 months and you elevate and you need a deeper level of something that I'm teaching in there, then you can talk to me about one-on-one coaching or something along those lines. But that is something that I'm thinking about launching. If that is something that you're interested in, let me know. Drop something in the chat if you're like, hey, Steph, this sounds like it's for me. I would love to be a part of that. I'll open up the doors, right? I'll drop a link. You guys can sign up and then we'll do a meet and greet next week. And then we'll do our first training a week after that. Yes, Trust and Mate says she's in. Bree, while everybody's taking time to think, you can give your testimonial. And I'm listening to you and I love your glasses too. And I miss you and I'm mad at you and all the things, but okay.
Don't be mad at me.
I
I
am mad.
promise I have not come across the water because my car is not reliable enough to get across
Uh,
the
but my
water.
car is. What that got to do with anything?
So we could definitely plan something. It was really rocky when I first moved, but that kind of is a great segue into things. I met Coach maybe 4 months before I had to plan a faith move cross country. So I was living in Dallas and I was really struggling financially because I'm a mom to a young boy and I was working so much, but I wasn't making enough money, and I was always stretched super thin. My back was always against the wall, and I cried and I cried, and I was always crying and always working and just always stressed out. And the only way that I felt like I was going to be able to kind of get out of survival mode was to move to where my support system was, which was in Virginia, which is what 20 minutes from me. I think I live like maybe 20 minutes from her.
Yes.
um, and she helped me navigate my faith move. I mean, she helped me put things into place to where when I got here, it would be, it was rough, of course, when you first moved, but I had a plan in place. I had structure in place so that when I got here, I wasn't just like, it wasn't just like baseline struggle. I had plans. I had a plan to work. Unfortunately, my car did not go with the plan, but that's okay because we ended up moving into a house I moved into a house with my family, and I live maybe 10 minutes from where I work. Um, with all the things that I learned in the program, it's kind of like right now all the hard stuff that I dealt with is paying off because I've had my first, my family in here. Can we tell
Yeah,
everybody
the
over
cousins. They like, wait a minute, let me get $2.
this? I had my first like high dollar month, and when I first moved, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not a good enough barber. But the work that I was doing in Dallas, coming here doing that same amount of work, I mean, I took off. So You like Geraldine said, y'all are in good hands because I went from making less than 1K a month to making this in a whole new city. I don't know anybody. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I was working in a shop where the owner cared about me, so I would be slipping on Boofer and he would let it slide. I'm not in that same situation right now. I love the shop that
Yeah.
I work in. Like it, yeah. I had all the structure and steps I needed. So if you are like really, really struggling, because I know a lot of coaches, you go to and they be like, it's only 3K, and you be like, I'm gonna just save it and spend it, and you be like, I'm struggling, like I really don't have $3,000. And a lot of coaches they can't coach you from with nothing. And that's where I was at when I met Coach. She would coach me with nothing. I mean, it was a struggle to pay. I don't even remember how much it cost, but it was a struggle to pay that every month. And she really helped me go from nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing to 5K months. And what I think, Coach, when did I leave you?
Oh my God. Right at the
Well,
same time. That was like January, maybe
I
January,
moved to
February.
Virginia in October.
Okay.
And I've had nothing. Do you hear me? I had nothing. I was working at Target, and taking care of my baby, and then I got a job at the gym. And I've been able to. I mean, I had nothing, and now I got a little something, and I'm trying to, and I know how to handle
Well,
my
let me
finances
hold
now.
$5. Let me hold
Yeah,
$5.
and I'm gonna give me a new car. I'm about to give me a car that I want. I'm gonna be able to put,
Yes.
a good. I'm trying to wait. I'm got my money stuff in order. And I guess I'll tell y'all my business. I plan on filing bankruptcy, but because of
Start
that,
over.
like I have a plan afterwards.
Right.
Like I have a plan to get my business and structured and all that together.
Yeah.
Now that I'm actually making money, so this woman will coach you from nothing. Okay, and I mean nothing. I had nothing. I was living in the project, and my I had nothing. Okay, and life was hard. I couldn't even afford to get my hair done. It was bad. It was really, really
My Lord. I appreciate the kind words. As you can see in our old little group, where he was the comedian of the group. So we stayed getting our little chuckles. But I appreciate that. I really came up here with no intentions like y'all. I said I was gonna drop a link. I'm thinking in my head, the link not even ready. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my personal phone number in the link. I mean in the chat. Whoever wants in, text me. Okay. I'll get the link together for you guys. I'll set everything up. I use a community called WAP. It's pretty much kind of built out, but like I really came up here just to see what type of help y'all need and say, you know what, I'm gonna share the juice. I'm gonna do what God wants me to do. I'm gonna open back up the doors if that's what somebody's interested in. So let me drop my number in here. And this really is my phone number. So don't give it to nobody, y'all, please. Please don't put it on the internet. Okay. So save that number. And what I'm gonna do is I normally probably was thinking about doing this every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. I normally have a dedicated day every week. So 6 p.m. Tuesday nights will be when every single lesson would be, right? Either a guest expert, the workshop, the training, all types of things. I'm going to be teaching inside of there every single thing that I talked about. So besides, excuse me, the woman becoming trainings, which like I said, you get access to that community. That community is only $27 a month, but you get free access to it. So you don't have to spend extra money to be a part of that. But the business trainings on marketing, on how to put your premium packages together, on how to actually do your pricing, on how to set up your booking site. I keep a whole bunch of resources inside of that community. I mean, just all types of things. Like I have vendor lists and all kinds of stuff, right? From the previous community. I'm basically reopening the doors, revamping a little bit of the branding on it. But essentially, everything that I talked about and then some is what I'm going to be teaching. Okay. Yes, Dominique. I love that for y'all. Been so quiet. Tiara over there all cute with her pink lipstick. Jackie just focused. Okay, she been focused all day with the hearts and everything. I am here for it. I'm excited. So text me, you guys. Make sure you get the number. Save the number, okay? Text me tonight. Let me know that you want into BBA, Beauty Boss Academy. I'll get a link set up for you. I'll text you back that link, and then we're gonna start next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is gonna be a meet and greet, okay, and a breakdown of everything that you can expect. And the following Tuesday after that, which is the beginning of the month, is gonna be the very first training. Okay, so come prepared, get ready to learn. Also, when you text me what it is that you're struggling with. Text me what it is that you need help with in your business so I can kind of get a gauge on like where to really gain some focus. I like to teach in order, but I want to still be specific or even give you some advice that can help you get the needle moving a little bit quicker. So we can talk about that at the meet and greet based on the answers that you guys send to me. Okay. All right, y'all. I hope this has been helpful. Jerry Lynn, I'm gonna text you in a few, boo. It's so good to see y'all. I'm thank y'all for showing up. I might send out the replay, I might not, because like I said, they should have been in a room. They should have been in a room. They should have been with your girl, okay? But I love each and every one of you, whether you join BBA or not. Still follow me. Still absorb all of my free content. I started a new page. I repost stuff from that page. It's called the Woman Becoming Project. It's on TikTok. It's on Instagram. Come get some spiritual juice. Tune into the lives that I'm doing something. Don't leave here with this information and not take the next step. Okay. Whether that's with me or another coach, or just go sit down and think about everything that was said. Don't leave here tonight with everything that I've shared with you and not do anything with it. Okay. All right, y'all. Probably one-on-one, Jerry Lynn, because everything that I'm teaching in there, you already passed that, boo. So that's why I said I'm gonna text you because we probably go back to your one-on-one sessions. All right,
I
y'all.
was gonna ask, are you
Yeah.
doing one-on-ones?
So once you pass the foundational level, yes. If you feel like you have everything that I just talked about, like your systems, your pricing, and all of that, typically my one-on-ones are like you already surpassed a certain income level. Like Jerry Lynn's already, she in her own shop, she passed 5K months, she's in like CEO mode. So it's just a different thing. But I want you to get those foundational trainings first. Once that's
Okay.
locked in and you can jump out that community, and then we could talk about one-on-one. I don't take on a lot of one-on-ones because we sit down, we do a monthly strategy every month. I'm checking in, I'm personally texting you different things. Like it's a different level of like locked in,
Gotcha.
and I don't have the capacity for that many people.
Oh, of course,
I really don't.
definitely.
But I want you to get your foundation locked in first. I tell everybody, give me 3 to 6 months. Just give me 3 to 6 months with you. Get everything locked in and then get you to where you want to be. And then we could talk about what that next level looks like and then working with me on a one-on-one level. Okay.
Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you.
y'all. You're welcome, baby. I look forward to all y'all texts. All right, y'all. Have a good night. I'll talk to y'all soon.